Hey everybody, it's Lanny and welcome to Freedom Finance, where we're here always to make money simple. And today's topic is going to be about one that everybody thinks about, some people may talk about, others may dream about. Owning real estate and developing a passive income cash flow by owning rental properties and other real estate projects. Growing up, didn't you want to invest in real estate? Didn't you want to be a landlord, owning multiple properties, unclogging toilets, fixing gutter leaks, building this real estate empire, building that consistent and growing passive income stream? Then once you had enough, retire early, sell off a few properties, keep the most positive cash flow ones that you had, and enjoy financial freedom. Isn't that what you wanted to do? I know, heck, at the age of 18, 19, 20, I know that's exactly what I wanted to get into. Finally, when I was 23, I bought my first property in the fall of 2011, right near a college campus, pretty easy to rent out. Plus, the property was still very inexpensive because it was just after the crisis. I was able to put 5% down, no PMI. Get a roommate, pay for the majority of the house expense, let that build up, and then go and buy the next property. That was the plan. Now, I did get a roommate. That didn't work out so well. And I technically didn't get a property soon after, but I wanted to get at least a property every 3 to 4 years and have 3 to 4 properties at the age of 30. Well, I didn't have 3 to 4 properties at the age of 30. I actually had 193 properties. What? How the heck did I go from 1 to 193 properties? How many times was my arm deep in a toilet? Hey, let's just say that I didn't actually own 193 physical properties. Instead, about 3 or so years ago, I decided to invest and start my real estate portfolio with Fundrise, the crowdfunding real estate platform. So what we'll do here on this video is we're going to take a deep dive into my Fundrise real estate portfolio, show you the different plans, show you the full details in 193 projects of my real estate portfolio with Fundrise, how I'm developing passive income by the means of dividend income from the real estate that I own within Fundrise, and how simple it is and how transparent it is, and how I highly recommend for you to start your real estate empire through Fundrise. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive in. All right, everybody. Like I said, we're going to deep dive into Fundrise, and I'm going to show you the plans, the platform, how I started, the different plans you could pick, my overall portfolio, and yes, I'll show you that there's 193 properties producing dividend income, aka my passive income source from this real estate. So let's go and let's dive in. So here we are. We're going to fundrise.com. Fairly easy. And if you want to sign up, the link below is in the description of the video. And they're calling this the future of real estate investing. Now again, I've been on this platform since the spring of 2019. And to me, it's probably the most transparent platform that there is. And you can invest passively into real estate. As you can see here, they have over $7 billion in transaction value with over 170,000 investors. But this platform allows you to invest across the entire United States spectrum. Now again, it's easy to get started with Fundrise, and the best part about it is that you don't need that much to start. So if we actually go up to the investments tab of Fundrise, you can see how they break it down as I scroll through here, through the 5 different investment platforms. You've got your starter, basic, core, advanced, and premium. Obviously, you need $100,000 to be on that premium level. Not quite there yet, but I'm actually in the advanced class here because my portfolio, I've put in at least over $10,000 on Fundrise. And I did start out at the basic level, but Fundrise actually now lets you start with an initial investment of $10. That's why this could be one of the greatest platforms for anybody to get started to invest into real estate without investing into the stock market in the form of a REIT. Now, I said there are different plans. I'm not really discussing that these are the 5 plans. In fact, there are plans within these sets of, I guess I would call these levels of investors. So you actually will have the balanced plan, a supplemental income plan, and a higher growth plan. So let's take a look at those. So within the plans, you have the option to select supplemental income, balanced investing, and long-term growth. For those that know me from either the Dividend Diplomats or just reading the blog or checking my tweets out on my Twitter page, again, links below in the social media, but I chose a supplemental income plan. Why? Because income is higher, total return may be of the lowest, but it's also probably the lowest risk investment on the Fundrise platform because they're already investing into cash flowing real estate properties. And again, you could read about each one of these plans when you start, but the balance plan is going to have a nice, quote unquote, even keel on the dividends plus appreciation. And then obviously the long-term growth is not about dividends, but it's more on the appreciation side of things. So this is really showing you the lowest risk to the highest risk. But I wanted to show you guys my portfolio. Again, I've been on this platform since Q1 of 2019. Shouldn't I have like $1 million by now? Let's check it out. All right, so here I am logging into my, Fundrise platform here, really being fully transparent with my real estate investments here on Fundrise. So here we go. Taking a look at the portfolio, screenshot right here. First off, Fundrise is so transparent. They're going to show you how your returns are from appreciation standpoint, how much in advisory fees I've spent, as well as this, my favorite section, dividends, and how much dividend income I've received in the current year as well as all time. So you can see here, I have over $13,000 on Fundrise, and I'm in the advanced level, and as I said earlier, the investment plan. And because I'm in the advanced account level, I actually have the chance to be in the plus plan. So I'm in the supplemental income plus, which really is just a fancy way of saying I have some different investments that they'll automatically put me in. But you can see here, I actually started out with $1,000 back in February of 19. So in over 2.5 years, I've built this up to over $13,000. And you could tell here that the passive income that it currently provides me is currently standing at well over $20 per month, on pace to cross over $250 in dividend income this year. And I've earned over $500 in dividend income so far since being on the platform. What's cool is you can create goals here. You can add funds. In fact, my wife and I, we do recurring investments every month. At first, we started out at $100 per month, but then we started, boosting that up to $200 per month, as you'll see. Each month as it crosses 200 goes up. I was making some large one-time investments as well, just to get over some of the humps of the portfolio, with some extra cash that we had sitting on the sidelines, earning absolutely nothing. So as we scroll through here, you could see this $13,000 portfolio has 193 properties. And again, you can see how it's currently allocated. The majority of the portfolio, like I said, is going to be in cash flowing, income producing properties. I'm all about that cash flow, baby. And that's exactly what you'll see here is what my portfolio is primarily composed of. Now, the coolest part is when you go into your portfolio to really see what and where it is, you can actually hit this map function and it'll plot out where all 193 properties are currently located on a map. So you can see here, I'm coast to coast right now. I've got some heavy concentrations, obviously in California, and you can see some over here on the East Coast. Obviously Texas, an up and coming area, has a lot of cash flowing properties. So again, this is the coolest part, is that you can really deep dive into what your project's doing. If we really wanted to look at one property, just so I can show you, you can do a quick view. You can see that their investment that Fundrise made was $1.8 million. here in a Texas property, and you can look at the details of really what this property is composed of, where it's located, what type of investment that they have, as well as what their timeline is, as well as expected returns. Now again, so that was a deep dive there of just looking at a property, how the property is composed of. I can go and jump right into those fixed income properties. I can pick any one of them. If I wanted to look at the new apartment development in California, there we go. Obviously a very big investment that Fundrise made, and I can't wait for that cash flow to start. And again, we can look at also the performance here of Fundrise, just so you can deep dive into how am I really doing on a year-to-date basis in 2021. Real estate's been hot and heavy. I'm sure you guys have seen the news, obviously, with record low interest rates that pushes prices up. So Fundrise is really no different. You can see here in the Heartland REIT that they have my money in, this year to date, I'm up 30%. And, again, returns are all positive across the board within the real estate portfolio. The coolest thing that I'd like to show is going to be these annual returns right here. During the COVID-19 or coronavirus, it was really hard to make sure that you were in some safer investments. And obviously real estate, you weren't sure what was going to happen. Well, the REIT index was actually down in 2020, but here on Fundrise, you can see here they actually were able to develop a 7.4% annual return on my Fundrise portfolio. Year to date, we're at 17.1 overall percent return in 2021. I'd love to see that number tip closer to 20%, but obviously I will take 17% all day. It may not be returning as much as your Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other cryptocurrency, but for a nice, transparent, hands-off, passive income platform, Fundrise is obviously, to me, the way to go. And again, for me, for doing it for almost 3 years, I couldn't recommend it any more than I currently am. And you can see here kind of this full story of my Fundrise performance, starting with 0 in 19, ending 19 at 3,000, building it up to almost 4,520. And then this year just kind of went balls to the wall. They had better returns. I put more money in as well on the platform, crossing that $13,000 portfolio. And I'm going to keep going at $200 per month. And I'm going to consider in 2022 possibly raising that from $200 to maybe $250. Obviously just really depends on, what my, the budget looks like, because obviously I need to make sure that all my investments are getting attention. My dividend stocks, dividend ETFs, mutual funds. Yeah, a little bit of cryptocurrency, but obviously Fundrise plays a huge part. But again, $200 per month is currently what I'm doing. And I think we do have plans to increase that in 2022. So let's jump back to the overview. Again, just to show you that anybody can really do this. I didn't want to be as hands-on of an investor into real estate the older that I got during my mid to later 20s. And I was growing gray hair and shaving twice a day as an Italian. I just thought to myself, you know what? I could always leverage my money, borrow, buy real estate properties with the team or just myself. But the way that I invest, I love being a passive investor. And this really makes it passive, transparent. To me, it reduces my risk because, I can't just invest into 193 projects all at once. And I wanted something different because investing in the stock market is great. But the greatest part about, Fundrise, or another big benefit is that it's not the stock market. So what the REITs are doing in the stock market is not what Fundrise is going to do. And 2020 was, again, a great example of that. So if you want exposure to real estate without investing into a publicly traded real estate investment trust or a REIT, Fundrise is a great place to invest in real estate. Start building up that part of your, net worth or your portfolio. And again, it creates additional passive income. Like me, if you're a beginner investor or if you're, just starting out in your investment journey, if you already have an investment account, buying stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, if you're wanting a little bit more of an exposure to something else, look at Fundrise. Again, it's very easy. You can start with as little as $10 and you can create goals and you can set smaller monthly contributions that are done automatically. And then you also have a chance, which I'll record in another video, a chance in their internet public offering or their version of an IPO where you actually can invest into Fundrise, the platform itself. But again, this is me giving you full transparency into my Fundrise real estate investment portfolio, currently providing me a great, simple, passive income stream. I hope you guys learned a lot and found this very easy and very exciting if you want to start your real estate investing journey and you haven't really found a way to start. Again, my subscription link is going to be in the description below. Leave all your questions and comments about the platform because I'm here to help you on your journey. And as always, I'm here to make money simple. This was Laney from Freedom Finance. Catch you on the next episode.